Something to out. Welcome to another episode of DC by Night. This is a side session number 1. I'm going to have to start numbering these too.
Right.
This is where Harriet is going to be talking to her Primogen because she had just been notified during our previous actual session that there are going to be some structural changes made throughout the various clans.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly every clan will be affected, but some will. So
what she's mostly like again to, she's going to phone up her prime. She's probably going to phone up her Primogen, or and yeah, she'll just phone her up. Wait, hang on. Before she does that, was there anything, when it comes to the Primogen, like, does she have an open door policy, or do you come to her, or what's up with that?
No, you can come to her. Yeah, she has open door policy.
Okay, so she'll give her a call. She'll give her a call then.
Yes, Harriet, what's up?
Hey, I heard from Damien that there was going to be some restructuring going on.
I wondered why everybody suddenly called me all at once.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if there was there were going to be any meetings anytime soon regarding whatever's happening.
As I told everybody else, some things have come up some personal things have come up that require me to step down and move to another location. It will open it up for a couple of the others. Since you're still new, you won't make Primogen, but it will bring you one step closer.
Well, it's not exactly what I was expecting, but just wanted to see what was going on so I can at least be a part of that conversation.
Yeah, but basically how it's going to boil down is, as of right now, everything is going to stay the way it is. But within the next couple of weeks, I will be leaving permanently. And then the new Primogen will take over. It's going to take me a couple of weeks to determine which one I want to take over.
Right.
There are a few possibilities. I just got to kind of figure out which one I want more.
I was just wondering, I'm just curious, would you be putting Franklin on that list?
It's possible.
I guess that was really just that. Should I be meeting with anybody, or is that it?
No, it's really not necessary. Like I said, as of right now, it's not a big deal. Nothing's really going to change. As it gets closer, and I've finally determined, I probably will call the clan together, and then make the announcement, so I don't have to make 1,000 phone calls.
Fair enough. Alrighty, good. Okay, well, thank you for answering my questions. So, I'll see you later. And let me know if you need anything.
Yep.
So, if that's the end of the call, she'll hang up.
Anything else you need to do?
Anything else I need to do?
Want to do while you got me?
I think while I got you here, I think she's going to communicate with her ghoul to start those upgrades.
Okay.
See what she can to start doing those connections. That's going to take a long time, I know, but just at least start getting the strings moving.
Yeah.
Doing what
your ghoul goes. Yeah, I'll get it done. It must likely be done during the day, so
for sure.
They shouldn't disturb you. I'll make sure they don't.
That'd be appreciated. And she'll also give her a couple options for upgrades on the telescope, especially because the telescope's been working, but they could definitely use with an upgrade, and considering what they've been looking at.
Older telescope, so yeah, it could use the upgrade.
Yeah, I was thinking
for that, we're gonna have to get a hold of some of the other guys and see what they can do about.
Yeah, for sure.
Done. So that definitely is going to take a while. That will probably put the telescope out of action for, I don't know, it all depends on what kind of upgrades they feel we need.
Yeah. I think for the long term, it should be useful. I mean, we could just use the manual ones we got back in the storage building. In the meantime, it won't be as powerful, but at least we can do at least some kind of stargazing to see what's going on up there. The heads, we've been talking. These were the three. She gives her a piece of paper that has several different models. These were the three models the team has been discussing.
Okay.
I also put it an upgraded one since we have the extra funds. Was kind of like the dream telescope, so I think since we have those extra funds, we'll probably go with that.
Sounds good.
But
Whatever you agree.
all right, good. Other than that, I think extra security here might be an idea since with everything that's going on the outside. I think keeping our people protected here might be wise.
I don't think any of the others will be too suspicious if we came into a little bit of money, so we hire a few security guards.
Yeah. I mean, we do have some precious stuff here.
As long as we don't go overboard with it.
I mean, heck, we do have some. Yeah, as long as we don't hire PMCs, it should be fine. Probably upgrade security systems on some of our moon rocks and other valuables that we got on display. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it.
Sound good.
All right. Thank you, Teresa.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to think of anything else in the meantime.
Here comes Isabel.
Oh. She answers.
Hello? You see it, Alex. Hey.
Hey, Alex.
Oh.
What do you need?
I was just wondering. Want to take a tour or something?
Hey, I'm willing. Sure, why not?
Okay.
I'm free right now.
Be there in a moment.
Oh.
He hangs up. A moment later, you literally see him just kind of appear out of nowhere in front of you. What's up?
Just kind of looks at him and just kind of looks around. That must be a nice trick.
Most of my race can do it.
She nods. So, what tour did you exactly want to show me?
He walks over to your telescope and types in a few coordinates. You see the telescope move to a position. Take a look.
She looks.
You see one of the bigger ships that literally looks like a dragon with its wings folded in. Is closer. Don't worry, no one else is going to see it.
You have it cloaked?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. So
you want to take a tour?
She kind of looks at him and just kind of, I guess little kids kind of showing on Harriet's face.
Yeah, I thought you would.
She smiles and says, "Yeah, that'd be great."
Stand right where you're at.
Okay.
He gets a few steps closer to you. You still have your private bubble, kind of thing. But he's staying close enough. All right. This can be a little disconcerting for those first-timers like you. So just be prepared.
Noted.
You see him think. You actually see the facade that you see in the picture drop. I mean, obviously, it's just a shirt on and stuff. But now you see over his face, he's got silver runes. His runes aren't silver. His runes are sapphire blue. He's got blue hair that he actually has pulled back in a ponytail. His eyes are blue, and in the center, instead of normal pupils, he has hourglass.
Whoa.
You see him just think. You see the runes begin to glow. Recommendation: don't look around you. That's right here.
By the way, I'm not gonna. The ship doesn't have windows.
You'll be fine.
Okay.
Do you get curious anyways and look around?
Look around while he's doing this thing?
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't have the curiosity flaw, and she doesn't want to mess things up, so especially with magic, so she doesn't.
Okay. Then you don't see it. One moment, I mean, you could just see past him. You could see where the building and everything is, and then you could just barely catch an outline of it slightly shifting, and it seems to be going out of focus. And then you see it start to change as it slowly starts to come back in focus, and then you realize you're not on Earth. Told you, it can be a little disconcerting.
Whoa, that's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Kind of feels like my stomach's in my neck.
Let's do that every so often.
Okay. She looks around.
As you look around, you're in some kind of vessel. It's huge. Like, it makes your you could probably fit your observatory just in the spot you're standing in. And you see a lot of gentlemen all looking like Alex ahead of you, except they have silver runes and silver hair, but they're all in uniform. And now you notice Alex has a uniform.
Am I wearing just my regular hoodie?
You're wearing your normal clothing, but you were wearing when he met you.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, as soon as they notice who you're with, they all snap to attention. Gentlemen,
She just kind of looks.
come on.
Okay. She just begins to look around. She kind of nods to the uniformed individuals.
If they notice it, they don't show any form of anything. As you guys begin walking this really long trek.
So why did you decide to give me this tour?
Figured you might be interested in it. Usually vampires are eager to take tours of a space vessel, especially since most of your planet never seen one.
Yeah? Never.
This is my flagship. Her name is Aya's Breath.
Aya's Breath.
Mm-hmm. That's I-O'(S) breath.
Plan before everything went weird was to try and get into NASA and maybe work on the ISS. But
yeah, this makes your ISS look like a kiddie park.
So I'm guessing
you see military men all over the place, and it's now that you realize he actually puts you like in the belly version, where the belly is of this giant fucking ship. You now realize that in this belly area, it's actually the hangar, and you see a bunch of smaller fighters. They're kind of like boomerang in shape.
I'm curious. With all this magic, you don't have any more automated units?
What do you mean?
Like automated workers to do specific tasks?
No. You would think that all this all this stuff that we'd have more automated, but we still prefer the age-old method of living interaction, so to speak.
Also gives people things to do.
Yep.
Makes sense. We're about to encounter that problem in a couple decades.
This ship consists over 400,000 troops. And that's not counting the people who actually man the vessel. That's another about 40,000.
I've ran over a lot of people. And that's just the ship.
This is what they look like. Those are the fighters.
Huh. Very nifty.
Each one of those fighters can pull turns that your jets on the planet would be sheared in half.
So I'm guessing this
0-point turns, which is like they can literally spin themselves around immediately.
Kind of like those old flight sims.
Okay. Yep.
Do you I'm guessing with this technology, I'm guessing it's the lines are blurred between magic and science kind of thing?
Yes and no. we have integrated magic into some of the workings of it, but we haven't really needed to. Um, our predecessors, my ancestors, um, were a race of intelligent, extremely intelligent beings and highly technologically advanced. Um, we all didn't look like we look now. Um, you now notice, now that you're kind of walking behind and just looking around, as you look at, as you look at Alex's back, you notice he has a set of black wings.
Nice wings.
Yeah, royal trait. Only members of the royal family have them. As you can see, most of my men don't. Um, by the way, just so you're not misunderstood, this is a mixed race. Um, you'll see a lot of my race. That's because we are all, well, the non-royal members are required to have a lifetime of service.
I suppose I just wasn't expecting things to be like, we've been speculating for years what alien terrestrial life could look like. We've talked about, ones that are just incredibly tiny or maybe slightly bigger, all sorts of different designs.
Oh, don't misunderstand. There are plenty of races just like that. Um, we've encountered races that were so small, like even our most powerful microscopes barely picked them up. And believe me, our microscopes are ridiculously strong.
I could see.
Yeah. It took a while for us to begin working some of these races because, contrary to what every Hollywood movie on Earth shows, most of the races don't speak English. They speak a odd form. They call it the Galactic Common, which is ironic because as soon as I heard that Star Wars has that language, I laughed my ass off.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just for the sake of
it's not
the movie.
It's not exactly like what's in Star Wars or what's written in the books. It's different.
How so?
But it is a common language that most of the galactic races that do travel understand. There's really no way to explain it. As more knowledge of other planets and stuff become available to all these other races, they start to learn about those particular planets and whatnot. Begin, trying to mimic them. Some races do. As you can see, I have elves. He points to a couple elves. He's got, like I said, my military, the strength of my forces consists of, all races that are willing to become part of the empire. Not many are as willing because my father, unfortunately, gave a very bad image firsthand. So they assume I am like my father. I am not.
He is well, hey, I don't mean to say anything bad, but he is pretty intimidating.
If you knew what he was capable of, you'd be probably shitting your undead pants.
That's what they said about Samuel.
Yeah. Has Samuel killed a god? My father has 4 deities under his belt that he destroyed personally. Yeah, he's a dick. Oh, and my father wasn't joking. He did kill me 4 times.
So he has 4 deities under his belt, and he's killed you.
Got me dead 4 times. Yeah. I don't know what the big thing.
What's your relationship with him?
It's weird.
Because he too seemed okay when I was there, but obviously appearances are deceiving.
Yeah, well, no, I mean things are better now that he understands that I'm stubborn and I won't give in. I got that from my mom.
Yeah, moms can be stubborn.
Oh, she's super stubborn. To put it on the grand scheme of things, and you're just walking, you're like seeing various rooms and stuff. Like he walks by the practice room where you see guys literally stabbing each other with swords. Don't worry, they'll be all right.
I figured.
The runes that you see decorating my body and most of my men here, well, at least of my race, gives us incredible, lack of a better term, regeneration. We call it godly healing. We can heal everything, including death. Um, the mages on my world created a potion. I don't know if you've run across it
Was
yet.
it
It's
the
a small
gold? Is it
potion. It's
gold?
gold and it glows. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a potion of godly healing. Um, that potion, we can do the same thing that potion does, except we do it a little better
Fair enough.
because we don't need, you know, we don't need all the things necessary to get it all done. Like it
You're.
requires certain ingredients, and believe me, getting dragon's tears is not as easy as it sounds.
I would figure they would probably keep those things, uptight.
Oh yeah, trying to make a dragon cry. That's the fun challenge. Oh yeah. Ooh. Um, you will see some guys with reptilian eyes. Those are dragons in their human form.
Okay.
Don't stare too long. Some won't mind, others take it offense. If you've ever played D&D in your life, and you know about the various races of dragons, the chromatics, the metallics, so on and so forth, follow those lines, and you'll get the meaning.
I always like
Like,
the silvers and the bronze.
yeah, see, those are good ones: silver, bronze, copper. Um, the ones you really don't want to mess with, who are really pissy, are the shadow dragons. They're nasty.
Yeah. Earl's fucking nasty. I remember my DM when he had this nasty shadow dragon that just he always had this thing up his sleeve that he was able to pull off
Yeah,
to make
shadow
your
dragons are very nasty, and most of the young don't survive because the mom eats them.
yum.
Oh yeah, yeah, really fucked up relationship they got. I thought my relationship was fucked up, and I learned about the shadow dragons. I was like, damn, that's just wrong. It's like my dad just killed me, but he knew he could bring
So
me back.
with all this stuff about, you have this potion that can bring people back to life and cure death, and you have these guys stabbing over here. What I'm guessing the threat to existence then becomes a little bit more metaphysical.
We can still die. It takes a lot more for us to die. The older we get, the more in tune with, like that water ball I showed you. That wasn't magic. That was my metaphysics. It's kinetics. It's pure elemental kinetics. I can summon an earth elemental. I can summon an air elemental, so on and so forth. And I can summon and control them with ease. I can actually summon, I think the most I've done recently is 15 elementals at once and was able to control them all, and they did exactly what I said. Um, I think that's actually a record as of right now. I don't even think my dad wrote up that many yet. But I don't know. I haven't talked. We don't talk about stuff like that. Because
Right.
he's always got a fucking one up me. God damn it. He already did by killing deities. So.
He made me a weird offer. I wanted to know what you thought about it. Basically, same old gist of, I could turn you into back to what you were or something along those lines. I don't remember what he said
Did he mean
specifically.
mortal, or did he mean he could turn you into a better vampire? Both
It
he can
wasn't
do. I will tell you
it
that.
wasn't it wasn't specific, but it seemed more along the lines of getting rid of the curse aspects.
Yep, that's my dad. He meant to
Nice.
turn you into an actual vampire.
And what do you mean an actual vampire?
Okay, I'll have to explain it to you. You know your buddy Sebastian,
Yeah.
crazy one that tends to keep an eye on you when you least expect it. Oh, he hates me because I have a
The
little
guy who
blonde.
you mean the guy who looks like like that actor from Twilight?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just what he chose to look like.
I figured.
He actually is a humanoid race. He looks human in every aspect, except for the fact that he's several thousand-year-old vampire. The vampires on our world aren't like yours. There are two ways you can become a vampire in our world. One is the usual: you get bitten, you become one. But it requires more than just one bite. It's something similar to your embrace, but it's more painful.
Lovely.
The other way is to be born one. Yeah, there's the
Gives her a look. Well,
Huh?
a bit foreign.
Yeah, you can actually be born as a vampire. Um, the way that happens is basically you're born as what you would classify as a dampier.
But they work a little bit differently.
Oh, much differently.
Zenoras are
The way
basically just really watered down versions of ghouls. Except they are.
no, a Dampier on our world would make Cain look like a bitch.
You guys got a god that would make God look like a bitch?
Oh yeah, we have quite a few actually.
I figured.
And your god is a bitch, by the way.
Well,
And
if
your
the
god isn't your god anymore, which is ironic. What you don't know is God goes by has a different name.
what would that name be?
If I recall correctly, I think it's what was his name? I'll have to look it up. I forgot who took over, but the God that you knew of, the one who created that ridiculous religion, isn't the same one. He was taken out by um, an elf from our world, who thought that God was a bitch. Yeah,
He was
went to prove it.
from what I could tell, he didn't exact. I mean, with all the other supernatural creatures and him and religion, it didn't exactly do humanity a lot of good.
No, and for now, until the world is fully aware of everything that you're only starting to become aware of, he will continue to be referred to as God. Um, but he goes by a different name. Like I said, I'll have to look it up. I don't know. I've run across way too many deities. Lose track after a while.
This feels
And
kind of
your God is not the creator of the world. There's the fun one.
Is there like a God, God of the multiverses, God that of one and all that?
There are three gods that created the universe and everything in it. Well, three creations. No one actually officially calls them gods. Um, their avatars, their spokespeople, for lack of a better term, are the three original gods of the world, of the universe. Um, my father follows, of course, the dark path. Those three moons have a significance. The white moon, basically, there's three forms of, oh well, four forms if you count time, but Cronus has his own way of doing things. But three major forms that everybody follows. You either have your white magic, your gray magic, or your black magic. Black magic would fall under you vampires would fall under that category.
I guess that makes sense, but I'm guessing it's not as clear cut as black means
Not that much. Yeah, no. There's a lot of intricacies and subtleties and blah blah blah. Technically, my race is supposed to be an evil race. My dad didn't help diminish that any.
right.
Because, like I said, he's a dick.
I honestly thought you were, when I first saw your aura, you were a mage, judging from
We do have the magical ability within us.
magic or magic.
Magic with a K.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
True magic, like the magic from the D&D books from Earth. That magic, not the mage crap. The major, the reality. Well, we can do the reality bending stuff too, but we can do that without having to.
I mean, I don't know much about mages. I know a little
The
bit.
whole effect they have to do, because they have a limit to what they can do. If they go too far with it, they get slapped by
reality.
Yeah, basically reality, and it hurts a lot. Apparently, we don't have that problem, mainly because we're not stupid.
I guess during my time I've been investigating mages, so that's why I'm a little bit curious.
It really all depends on what planet you're on what magic is considered. And due to the fact that our empire spans several galaxies, we actually have revealed, I think we have over half the universe plotted as of right now. Admittingly, yes, it still does grow, so before you even ask that question. We do truly believe the Big Bang Theory had some kind of that actually happened, but we think that was created by the three weeks, which is what we call the white magic, the light, and the gray magic, the dark magic. They're called the three weaves. Their actual form is three spider webs, and you can figure out which color, what goes with what. Their avatars, Io, which is the god of all dragons, literally the god of all dragons. Yeah, he's got one hell of a pair of shoes to fill. Pandora. Yeah, Pandora. No, sorry, Lucinda. Sorry, I forgot. Pandora got her ass whooped. Lucinda is the goddess of the Blackweed, and she deals with all aspects of dark magic, vampires, so on and so forth.
What does dark magic mean?
It's a very loose term for anything that there really is no definition for it, because it can take on many aspects. You could be trying to do something right, but for the wrong reasons. If you're trying to do something, if you try and cast magic, the right magic for the wrong reasons, you technically fall under that category. Doesn't mean you're there permanently, it just means you've jumped into her sway. And that's where it varies, and that's where Io is considered the neutral god. Apparently he keeps Corinne, who's the goddess of the White Leaf, from whooping the shit out of Lucinda, who's the goddess of the Blackweed. Apparently he's the mediator.
Kind of like Thoth.
Of sorts. He deals with, all forms of magic that don't fall under certain categories. Mostly defensive stuff.
That makes sense.
But, I mean, he does have offensive stuff. And, of course, he is the father of all dragons, and no dragon will ever tell you otherwise. They may not see him as their direct deity, but they at least acknowledge him as the father of all. They do follow numerous deities. I know D&D did get some right. I think that was influenced by some people from our world, because we like to do that, apparently. Oh, yeah, and Earth and my world have met quite a few times before.
I think Harriet just kind of has like this weird look on her face where she's just like going with it, but she doesn't really know how to respond to all of this.
As you're walking by, you actually see a few, oh look, Minotaurs in the uniform, in Alex's, in the uniform of all the others. And you see as soon as, Alex approaches, they stand at attention, which is hilarious to see, because these guys, they're like 9 feet tall. And their heads still
kick his ass. But I mean, hey, he's shown to kick ass, so yeah. I'm sure if he wanted to, he could kick their butts if he really wanted
to. You see a gentleman run up. He's wearing a somewhat similar outfit to Alex's, but it's slightly different. By the way, for mental image of what the outfits look like, remember the German SS uniforms?
Oh, lovely.
That's kind of what they look like. They're not hardcore like that, but that's the basic design.
I mean, I'll be honest, the Nazis had good designers, because
yeah, they did. I mean, I got to admit, those outfits were pretty wicked. But that's the kind of design. This one, he's got like he's got a bunch of various. They don't wear patches on their shoulders like the militaries on Earth do.
Mm-hmm.
The most they had is like one patch right above, where their heart would be, and you're guessing that's probably the symbol for whatever world they're from. And then they have a bunch of different, their version of ranking you're gathering. He runs up, my lord. You see him, about. Yeah, what's up? Is it okay to speak? He just looks. Speak freely, Dante. We're getting some long-range scans from some of our scout vessels. We believe it to be some of your brother's forces. Oh, fucking dick! Every time we're around, he's got to pop in. Find out what the fuck they want. See if they remain on their course. If they come close, warn him this is protected territory. If he violates the agreement, we know how it goes from there. Yes, my lord. He bows, very significantly to him, and then just runs off. Ugh, my brother's an ass. Ugh.
I'm guessing there might be some...
Okay, to break it down. My dad, his only deity that he follows is Lucinda.
Right.
Yeah. She has made him her champion.
Cool.
Yeah. So I gather you get a general idea of what that meant.
I'm trying to just wrap my, because his, I mean, it makes sense. But it's just, sorry, I have a little bit of confusion.
He goes,
And
Corporal, come here. You see, gentleman, run forward. Give me the basic PDA. He hands him a small, looks like a PDA. He hands it to you. There you go.
Thanks. I could use
Nobody
this.
else will have access to that.
What do you mean?
It's now encoded to you. You and only you will be able to read what's on it.
I assume there's like some encoding process on it, like, fingerprint
Already
scan.
been done. Yeah, like as soon as you grabbed it, you could feel like a quick prick on your finger. Oh yeah, sorry, forgot.
No problem.
It's DNA encoded. No one
Just
but you,
gonna-
not even your sire, would be able to access it. Only you will ever be able to read it. If you allow other people to read it, there are ways you can share something.
Before you get into talk about your dad real quick, I just need to know one thing, because you guys seem to have a lot of answers about things. He takes a big gulp. Can you existing, me existing as me or you, does the concept of can you permanently ever stop perceiving?
What do you mean?
Like ceasing to exist entirely, fundamentally, on every single speck of any kind of parallel dimensions or blah 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 blah.
Yes.
Period.
It actually has been done. There are a few people from my world who decided that they didn't want to share their power with all their other selves and went from one universe to another, destroying them. Oh, sorry, one dimension to another, destroying them.
Wait a minute. So does that mean the me's and myself in another universe is still me?
Yes and no. You can take various forms, various whatever. You'll always look like you in all the other universes, all the multiverse. You can look like you, but there will always be subtle differences. There will never
Right.
be an exact same, there won't be a same Harriet Trevin, Clan Malkavian, who's a scientist. There
What I
will never
mainly,
be the
oh yeah,
exact.
for sure. What I'm basically asking is, am I technically, unbeknownst to this awareness, that I'm controlling those Harriets, or we're controlling each other, or is
No.
it just, are they
As
completely
far
separate individuals?
the way it breaks down, and this was explained to me by someone who knows a shit ton more than I do. No, not my dad.
Fair enough.
He thinks he knows everything, but even he's proven wrong sometimes. um, a very powerful mage who's a good friend of mine, and knows Sebastian quite well, is actually one of Sebastian's sidekicks. Crazy bastards they are. They've done some weird shit that is impressive for their races, but the way they broke it down is basically this. Each individual you within the multiverse is their own individual person. However, you guys are all connected ultimately in one stream. Actually, he told me, he said, if you really want to understand this concept, watch the movie on Earth called The One. It's a Jet Li flick, apparently. Yeah. He said, watch that, and that will explain in pretty good detail how each person is unique, yet still part of the same. Like if one of your other selves dies, the power that one had gets split into the rest of you, and so on and so forth. Yeah, that's a mind fuck, isn't it?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a hardcore mind fuck, isn't it?
So we're all connected.
All connected, but they don't influence what you do or say. You don't influence what they do or say.
So what happens after you die?
When you die, basically, for lack of a better term, your powers, anything you've achieved, speed, whatever, all gets filtered to your other selves. So all your other selves get an increase, get a little stronger, a little faster. It's small, minute, but it's enough to be noticeable by each one. However, they'll never be able to explain it unless they learn of the multiverse. And contrary to what you think, most universes don't know of each other.
I would assume that.
Oh yeah, because that could cause all kinds of problems. Can you imagine, say your worst enemy finds out he's got multiple others of themselves, and that if he kills them all and he's the only one remaining, he's the most, he's an extremely powerful being who, on his world, would be almost unstoppable. That's how bad it can get. If you kill all your other selves and you're the only one, you've absorbed every power, all the others. So you become extremely fast, extremely strong, hard as shit to kill. Like, you'll have senses that are ridiculously enhanced. It's nice, but, hey, do occasionally, you got some evil selves out there, go ahead and kill them. But you don't want to kill all of them.
Right.
My buddy said that there is really no bad effect. He said, contrary to the movie, it doesn't blow up the multiverse if there's only one of you. His words. He said he knows because there are no more of him.
But let's say I die. Like hardcore. It's over.
Okay, if you and all yourselves die,
yeah,
then that's it. Game's over, time's up. And that's where, depending on your belief system, on whether or not you come back.
And then from there, it's just, speculation.
Yeah. Even those who know won't say. The only individuals who would be able to answer that question don't ever answer that question. And that would be the three weebs or their three avatars. You guys, this is all he's saying. All this as you're walking this ridiculously long hallway.
I guess I just ask all this because just for my own sake of sanity. I guess
most of that will be explained on that PDA. You can peruse it at your leisure. It will always be yours. The good news is those things are easy as fuck to charge. Of course, you won't have to charge it for another 150,000 years, I believe, is what the battery capacity of that thing.
Let's see if I'll exist for that long.
It's possible.
Hey, I think I don't know. It's that much to do.
Not really. After a while, you get kind of bored. We've only explored half the universe, and I'm already getting bored. But there are forces at work. Contrary to how easy and leisurely I make life sound. If you guys ever begin to explore the space, you guys are in for some rude awakenings.
I think those that are developing will probably be better prepared than everyone else.
Yeah, and that's where it gets it.
I don't know if you've read up our history, but the itch is there. We've been doing it since forever. I'm sure everyone else has too.
You guys can't even begin to understand what kind of things will start coming your way that you will just, you'll have to try and withstand, honestly. It takes a lot for us. And we are more knowledgeable about this universe and various races, stuff like that. We still don't know everything, and we still encounter areas where we get our asses whooped.
Knowledge and information to get,
You guys finally make it onto the bridge. The bridge is basically where the head is. So you're like looking out, and you're looking out two slits that look like giant eyes, giant dragon eyes. And as soon as he steps on deck, you hear, "His Majesty on deck!" And you see everybody stand and just kind of bow.
And she just kind of goes,
God, I hate it when they do that. I told them to stop that. Oh, At ease, guys. He was lost in thought from me. At ease, and everybody quickly returns to their post. Ugh, I hate that.
Well, maybe it's just maybe it's just their way to show
It's a
respect to you.
respect thing, and I get it, and I've tried, and I mean, it's like, I talked to my commander of the Royal Guard, who's also my uncle, who trained me in most of my skills. I've tried to tell him that he can't refer to me like that, and it's like talking to a brick wall.
Fair enough.
But from here, as you can see, hey, look, there's your planet. Well, there's what Earth is supposed to, Earth looks like from what you see.
There she
Wrote
is.
original scan of this area. Your Majesty. So you type in on a big, like, holographic screen. You see where Earth is. It kind of disappears, and you see a whole other planet. That's the planet you took over. Good news is, apparently, like, you guys didn't just like land on them and kill everybody. I don't know how it worked out, but apparently the deity of Earth, the one who created Earth, made a deal and moved y'all.
It just makes you want to talk to her and say, "Hey, what's up?"
She's not big on answering.
They never are.
Well, no, there are some that will answer questions, but usually, for like a question like that, you usually get all, all will become, all will be revealed in time, kind of thing. Those cryptic fucking answers, I hate those.
I mean, I don't mind them. It just makes you. I don't know. She kind of has this weird, like, I guess, somber look as she's looking down on Earth and all of this. Like, I guess there's a different. She says, "Yeah, oh yeah. You mentioned you were going to talk about your dad
Oh yeah, okay.
and your
So,
brother,
yeah, brothers. I'll go into that in a minute.
siblings.
Okay.
I hear there can be trouble."
Oh, mine more than ever. All right. My dad is the champion to the goddess of the Black Weed. So he's the champion to the most evil bitch in the universe. And I use that phrase like that, and she can't say anything about it. Why? Because the one I follow is Io, who is the god of the Grey Weed and the mediator, and I'm allowed to say.
Fair enough.
I recommend don't call her that yourself, because you don't fall under the same conditions I do.
I don't plan on that. I don't like working with the
Because
forces
I
of
think my
deities.
dad's
Not
were
that I know of.
exact words. My dad's exact words to every deity he ever met is, "I'm the only one who can kill my son. Anybody who tries will meet the unfriendly edge of my blade." He even told that to his own goddess. I laughed my ass off. She gave him credit for being ballsy. That's when she made him champion.
Fair enough.
Her exact words were, "Nobody in the entire existence of this universe has ever talked to me like that." His response, "Someone should have." My dad's a dick, but he's a dick to everybody, so it's generic dick to everyone.
Hey,
Well,
listen,
anyways,
buddy.
okay. That's my dad. Here's the fun part. My mom, who follows the white weave, this is the real fun, who follows the white weave, was a goddess, followed a goddess on your planet. She was born on Earth.
Say that one more time. Just sorry.
Okay. My mom
Okay.
followed the goddess of Earth. Flora is her name. For future
Flora.
reference.
Okay, so
It's all
typing this all out on our PDA.
it's all in her PDA. Believe me, it'll be there. If you type in her name, it'll come up.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. She is the creator of Earth, and she controls everything that goes on Earth, down to details. But
Does that mean
my
she's
mom, no, well, she doesn't control the people on it. She controls what happens.
Okay.
Like if alien forces try and invade, if she feels the planet isn't ready, alien forces don't get to invade. They just get their ass whooped. Because try and go up against DT when you're not prepared.
That makes sense.
Yeah, kind of catches a lot of them by surprise, I can imagine. So who knows how many alien invasions she's prevented so far. But my mom
Asteroids.
was a follower of hers, was a high priestess of hers. Um, she is of my race. She was born in my race. Uh, my race, unfortunately, apparently breed like rabbits, and we're scattered throughout the known universe because my dad's a horny little bastard apparently. And apparently so is the rest of my race because we're spread all over.
Yeah,
But
it seems like we have the same problem.
yeah, yeah. My dad often jokes as sometimes we're far too human. He considers it an insult. I don't. My dad's a dick, like I said.
Fair enough.
I'll explain more about. Well, actually, you can look him up later, and you'll learn. You're not gonna like him. His ultimate belief is our race is the supreme race. All the others are just bitches. For generic thought process. Yeah.
That's a little bit.
Dick. Which is why he's not real happy with me most of the time.
I remember reading a role-playing game where they had some really fucked up villains, and they just oh god, I didn't honestly. He was the champion of the big bad. I wouldn't expect that very simple. You sure there's not more to it than that?
I'm sure there is more, but things like that. My dad is not one to be all personal with me.
Hey, fair enough.
Mainly because I've told him to fuck off at least 8 times. 4 of those times I ended up dead for my effort, but the other 4 times I got to live. It's a running thing in our family. We have a very twisted history. Okay, so my dad finds my mom on your planet.
Okay.
He originally came to Earth to take it over. My dad doesn't do anything half-cocked. He goes to planets. He sends out all his forces and basically decimates any problem in his way. He conquers planets. He doesn't bother the whole, alliance thing. He had halfway taken over Earth when he met my mom. And he's never been able to explain it. My mom didn't even explain it because she couldn't understand why she was attracted to him. But apparently they fell in love. She softened him up a bit, and believe me, that's not saying a lot. But she softened him up a bit, and eventually he decided that Earth is honestly a giant waste of his time. At least that's what he keeps telling me. I think it's more because he doesn't want to piss Mom off. Honestly, I think he's more scared of Mom than anybody else in the universe.
Yeah, don't mess with Mom.
Yeah,
I got that with my mother. She just groans.
So I'm the firstborn, so I am heir to the empire. The official empire's name is the Onyx Empire. New York was something I created to piss my dad off some more. He believed all the other races should be subservient to our race, and that they didn't deserve the right to be in the military. They had to be in the military to serve their term because he felt like if his forces were out busy doing other things, that the city should at least be able to defend itself. So, I mean, he had some good ideas with it. So he required everybody within the empire to at least serve 10 years if you're not of our race. If you're of our race, you serve a lifetime. And for some of us who are, who don't age, that's forever. We are a long-lived race, even those without the hourglass. And that's what separates the royal family from the regulars. We'll have hourglass somewhere on us. I have it in my eyes. My uncle actually has it on his stomach. My dad, I think, has it on his arm. But anyways, I was firstborn, so naturally I became the heir to the throne. He wanted me to take over his spot and become the ruler of everything because he wanted a vacation, apparently. And I grew up hearing my mom and hearing my dad teach me their lessons, and I took what I wanted from both and kind of made my own. Good. My mom was all about, every race deserves a shot, so on and so forth.
Dads fuck everybody?
Dad's, like if Dad had his way, my entire royal guard would be all of my race, no others. I allow other races to be in the royal guard. The catch to being in the royal guard is you have to have at least, I think I'd lowered it recently, but you have to have at least 40 years experience as a general within the military. And that's if you want to,
And I'm guessing
yeah.
a lot of the races around here live for a pretty long time.
Most. I mean, we do have humans in our ranks. But
Humans
yes,
from
most
here
of
or
our
humans elsewhere?
elsewhere. I mean, aside
Makes
from,
sense.
we have recruited people from Earth, but on our planet, the best way to put our planet is picture D&D made into a planet.
Okay.
That's my world in a nutshell. Our race, my ancestors were called the Dantil. They were called, in their language, it means angel. My race now is called the Deljorans, which in that language is fallen angel. Go figure. The reason for that is the Dantil were the highly advanced, highly technological race. They were working with computers long before you guys had even figured out how to make fire from rock.
Well, hey.
Your dinosaurs were babies by the time, the
Hey.
Dantil race had, conquered space travel.
Can't blame us for not existing
Oh, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that that's how it worked.
Fair enough.
We actually believe that the Dantil had something to do with your race, with your planet advancing somewhat as quick as it did. Technically, the evolution shouldn't have happened for quite a while, but yeah.
Probably would have been better if it was a little bit slower.
Philosophers and shit, and I don't deal with all that.
Yeah, I've delved into philosophy. That stuff kind of.
Fucks with your head after a while.
If you really want to fuck with your head, look up ontology, which you probably already have.
Not good. But anyways, I was firstborn, so I was supposed to do that. I felt that I agreed with my mom that every race should be given a chance to hold almost every position. I mean, obviously, you have to be a member of the royal family for a certain position, but almost every other position should be allowed to be held by the other races. And as you can see the ones in the normal uniforms, those are my regular military. The gentleman that came up to me and some of the others that you'll see standing around here looking fierce, those are my royal guard. And as you notice, they're not all my race. There's an elf there, there's a dwarf right there, strong little bastard. I heard that, you fucker. Hey. I can see it. Yeah. He's one of the few people who actually talks to me like a normal person, so
hey,
I like him better. All the others are trying to kiss ass, but they have to. They're afraid my dad's going to kill them. Mainly because what I found out later is my dad went behind my back and told my royal guard that if any of them decided to try and talk like the dwarf did, he'd carve them up and use them for dragon bait. Sounding as he meant it.
By the way, when it comes to this multiverse thing, the other me is like, can I also be like a dwarf and another?
Yes, but you'll still have most of the same characteristics you have now.
Okay.
Like I said, you'll basically have the same characteristics you have now. Just it can have different bodies. You could be all kinds of weird things. So believe me, when you start to see them all, it really freaks you out. Okay, I was born. Then my brother, Aiden, was born. Dickhead. Actually, not too much of a dickhead. He's the mercenary type. He was trained more by our uncle than it was dad. Then comes my brother, and this is me having a brain fart, not Alex.
Rubs her hand over her head. Just realizes, just thinks about the scale of all of this, man. Oh my god.
Okay, I'll have to find out later then. Then there was, My second brother. I have three brothers now. Aiden. I want to say Daniel. I don't know if that's correct, but he lists off the three brothers. I can't remember them all right now, right off the top of my head. Haven't listened to them. Fuck, actually, I don't know where to look. Just don't know. So, yeah.
Seems like your family's quite big. I mean, I guess that's what you get with.
Yeah, I have three brothers. I have. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's just racist. No, that's not what it's supposed to do. Well, fuck. Ah, here we go. Why aren't you? Okay, yeah, here we go. Jesus, God. Yeah, Dante is his high commander. Yeah, there's me, there's my brother, Aiden, my sister, Aria. There's Ariel, my other sister. There's Lucian, my father, obviously follows my father like all the time. There's Nathaniel, who's my youngest brother, and then there's Shayna, who is my youngest sister. To break it down, Aiden's next in line for the throne and doesn't want it. He's fully told me he doesn't. And like I said, he's the mercenary.
So he's coming in and doing some weird stuff in this sector?
No, that would be Nathaniel. He's a dick. He also fully drank the Kool-Aid of what my dad said, as you humans would say.
Yeah.
He fully drank my dad's Kool-Aid and believes everything he said. And actually, he's improved on what my dad did, which is even scarier. Unfortunately, he was given access to another very powerful empire, which he quickly took over because they couldn't stand us against him. Unfortunately, he took over an empire where dragons ruled that empire.
Right.
They had humans and other things that were there, and they were technologically advanced. They had space travel, so on and so forth. But they had no idea what was coming at them when my brother came. Our race, one of our other benefits, is the fact that we have the power to mentally control dragons, no matter how old they are. Our youngest, well, to really fuck with you, when we start our physical training, we started at the age of 5.
Do you guys develop differently?
Do
you guys develop differently, or is 5?
No, as in 5 years old, like 5 Earth years old.
Whoa. I mean, hey,
our race is a little different.
So you guys have. So does every race have their own quote unquote power?
Yes. Every race in the universe that we've found so far has their unique thing. Their unique kick.
What's ours?
Humans. Well, on Earth, you guys are way too close-minded, but on other planets, elsewhere, you guys have opened your mind a little more and have a lot more available. Your actual uniqueness on your planet is actually your supernatural world. You won't find vampires like you anywhere else, unless we relocated them for their own reasons. And we do
always
have some of your older vampires
so
on
it's
other
like
planets.
so it's the supernatural thing where you have the
Um,
human, and then you have the human that's slightly different from everybody else.
Pretty much.
Hmm.
But yeah, so yeah, Nathaniel and Lucian are both drinking my dad's Kool-Aid. They're both pretty nasty, but Nathaniel has perfected it, and he has an entire empire to help show how
Right.
evil he is. My youngest sister, Shayna, she's actually the worst in the family, and I say that wholeheartedly. Love her to death. She is my sister, but yeah, if she ever really gets any power, I'll have to kill her. Although Dad has forbid us from fighting each other. Ironic, we still do anyways. Minor skirmishes, as long as we don't physically, go after each other. Um, she's the youngest. She would only probably be, let's see, Earth years. I think she would officially be 20.
Guess it young compared to you
Young.
guys.
Well, she's a royal blood, so she, in a sense, is immortal. Um, I mean, like I said, we can die. You can kill me. It just takes a
Immortal
shit
in the
ton more
sense
time.
of immortal, you can't die from old age or anything like that.
Correct. That's exactly what I mean. All my brothers and sisters the same way. And, anybody in the royal family is immortal, as in won't die of old age. Um, but she's 20 and with our race, the way it originally broke down, um, as I said, the Dantiel were our ancestors. Um, an evil, an evil chaotic god got a hold of some of the more martial, of the more physically fit of the Dantiel, and took them to his realm. Well, his realm is pure chaos. It corrupted the Dantiel and into what you see as us today. I think he threw in a few tricks and traits to make us even more powerful. Um, he called us his supreme race, and on our world for a long while, we owned the planet. I mean, things have since changed because factors came into play. Our forces got too arrogant, and we underestimated the power of humans and the other races combined, and we got our ass kicked. Deserving. I mean, I fully admit we did deserve it. We were dicks back then. I wasn't even born, but we were dicks back then.
Hey, I could probably speak the same for my race too.
Um, and like I said, all this will be in the PDA, but I'm going to give you a brief summary. So, if you want to
Appreciate
get
that.
more into details, you'll get more into details.
I guess this whole time I've been trying to find a way to
Actually, there is someone I want you to meet, so you can understand what I mean by you are much different than vampires of other worlds. Lieutenant, get a hold of my wife and have her come to the bridge. Yes, Your Majesty. You hear him talk on the phone. Um, Queen Queen Raven Quinn, please come to the command deck. Queen Raven Quinn, please come to the command deck. Really? You had to use the PA? Couldn't just. Sometimes these guys are literally too literal. Some days. That's all right. It still worked.
well,
Um,
when you're training to be a soldier, you're just gonna do exactly what you're told, you know.
Alex just kind of smiles as he's looking behind you.
She just, yeah, I'm doing that in person. Sorry, I know you can't see that, but she just kind of slowly turns around.
As you turn around, there's a female standing in front of you. She's got raven black hair. Her eyes are, there are no pupils. It is literally just blood red. She has very pale skin. The other difference about her is when she smiles, even when she doesn't, you can see her fangs can move, but when she smiles to you, her fangs extend out and they go below her chin.
Oh my, what teeth you have!
She smiles. Husband, I assume this is the one you want to introduce me to? Yes, yes, my dear wife. Raven meets Harriet. Harriet meet Raven. Um, her
She.
race, her race on my new home planet, which is Fortis. Um, her race is a human vampire, as you can see. But as you can also see, they're a lot different.
Yeah. Quite the
Yes,
difference.
we're not as forgive me for saying this, but we're not as limited as you guys are.
I can't really disagree there.
We don't have clans as you guys do.
You guys are
We
just
have
your own.
families. We have families, but we don't have clans.
So you can kind of be more your own.
Yes,
Well, that's
we're
nice.
not. Our powers aren't limited to. Oh, look, my powers are only found in this clan. No, that doesn't work.
That's
Um,
nice.
if it
Did
wasn't for my wonderful husband here, I'd probably still be hunted my by the rest of my kind. Dicks. I hear him in the background. Dicks.
seems like that word seems to come up a lot these days.
Oh, you'd be amazed how many dicks I've run across in the universe here.
She chuckles at that.
Well, apparently, what happened, and I'll make this quick, but what happened is there was a huge misunderstanding between my wife and her family and another of the higher ranking. They have a rank structure in their race, and it's
Mm-hmm.
very unusual. Um, but apparently, there was a big misunderstanding, and another family sought to have my wife destroyed. When she met me, you know, we talked for a long while. Finally hit it off, got together, and when she finally told me the story, me and a small handful of my loyal men here decided to go pay a visit to this family. Needless to say, that family is no longer problematic.
I can probably assume.
Yeah, I don't think they took too kindly when you beheaded their leader and stuck it on a pike in front of them. What? I'm just making a point. Get it? Point. Oh, you never get tired of that joke. Never get tired of it. Come on, it's funny. Put his head on a pike.
She found she's like she definitely seems amused.
You can laugh. You can laugh. It's okay. She won't make that. You hear Alex?
She laughs out loud at that. Then, well,
So we
this
fixed that problem, and now she's back in her rightful place. She now rules her race, and with our union, we've united the two races amongst all the others who learned not to fight my kind.
do you guys
I didn't want to break it down to a fight, but some just didn't.
do you guys stick to uh the night?
Are are we limited by the nighttime? No.
Huh. That's interesting.
Well, see, here's what she doesn't tell you. Um, yeah, Alex. On her world, no, on our world, I should say now. Now that it is mine, it's officially my stronghold, for lack of a better term, base of operations, if you want to make it more militaristic. On Fortis, the human vampires there actually walk around during the day and sleep at night. I don't know how that works. I mean, they can stay awake. They don't actually have to sleep at all, but they can stay awake, but they choose for some reason to act human. Um, and they're all born. They can't turn anybody. She can't turn anyone. They don't
So
have
you're
the ability
just
to.
as
We've
you are.
tried. Yeah, they're just as they are. You're either born into the race or you're not.
Fair enough. So you're so
Yeah.
this is so it's more of a race, less of a
Yes. Yes.
thing that you transform into.
Yes, we are a race. Um, we are all born vampires from a young age. We can eat normally without having to have special powers or anything. Um, we can eat normal food. Um, Blood just gives us bonuses. Um, we're able to do a bit more. Our magic is a little different than yours. Um, from what my husband has been telling me of your world and your kind on there. Some of the things you guys can do with your blood, we do naturally.
Nice.
Like our speed. Like actually, I was at the far end of the ship. Uh, he didn't
How long did it take you?
about 3 seconds. He hadn't even finished calling for me by the time I was here. As soon as I heard my name, I knew where I was going. I knew where my husband is at all times because his High Commander of the Royal Guard stays by me and makes sure I'm okay. Alex just smiles at that. I give Dante a job, Dante fucking does it.
All this stuff.
Of course, Your Majesty. You just now noticed there's another guy standing there.
Another guy?
Yeah.
And
this is Dante. You saw him before briefly. This is my High Commander of the Royal Guard. He is the top dog of the Royal Guard for my branch of the Empire.
Well, nice to meet you, Dante.
He's a true Dante's like a true gentleman. He actually, bows, takes your hand, gives it a gentle kiss. Now, be careful there, Dante. The wife might start to get upset. I don't want to see her pissed off. Dante just shrugged. By the way, Harriet, that's also my uncle.
Nice to meet you.
He's, when it comes to not direct relations to us, but like my uncle here, his name is Dante LeQuinn. The La makes it like a subsidiary of our family tree. And don't ask, it's something that's been around forever. I think it's ridiculous, but I see him more as a family member than some of my others. But that's me.
Fair enough. Okay,
Again,
well,
I have brothers I want to kill.
I mean, hey, I can't say we haven't had our weird intricacies socially, so hey, yeah. This is just all quite amazing, isn't it?
Raven looks at you. Believe me, there's a lot more that can't even be explained. It's more you have to experience it to really understand how deep things go throughout the universe. We've been a lot of places because my husband here can't sit in one spot for too long.
I guess I know what you mean. It's kind of like
this is okay. It's fine. Nobody's gonna fuck up there.
I remember when my dad took me when I was, I think, a couple of years before I was embraced. It's kind of like, you don't really know what it's like to get or at least have these weird DMT trips until you try ayahuasca, and then you get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to go to some of these other planets, meet all these various races. Some might, to be honest, before my husband and his forces came to our planet, we thought we were the only ones in the system. So don't feel bad. You're not the only planet who thinks that. Well, we found out.
I guess where we've been looking for so long, calling out to everyone. It's not that we didn't think we were alone. I think a lot of people, more than you'd think, would buy the fact that there's life out there. We felt like actually finding them and talking to them within any kind of lifespan after our generations would be almost severely unlikely.
Well, and I don't mean this to sound rude, Alex. I don't mean this to sound rude, but honestly, most races that can receive your message and understand it, and I'm using the terms they use, they think you're far too primitive to be worthy of even contacting.
Fair enough.
I mean, mind you, these are races that are exploring galaxies, stuff like that. So yeah, anybody who doesn't have that capability, they don't deem worthy enough to even bother.
I guess in a way that's a good thing, better than them just going, "Ooh, brains."
Yeah, much better that some of these races don't decide to say, "Hey, fuck it. You know what? That little planet that keeps annoying us, sending us all this crap."
Yeah, that was actually an invoice I put out. Like, hey guys, maybe we shouldn't be pestering the races of potential alien life.
Yeah, you're only gonna push them so far. But like I said, I mean, the good news is your flora protects the planet, so she wouldn't allow that. And with Earth meeting my home planet, a long time ago and making certain arrangements, which is why you weren't aware that that me or the others even existed until obviously she thought you were ready. Um, yeah, we've been on your planet for a long while. We know quite
Fair
a bit.
enough.
We have, like I personally have, members of my military scattered throughout various government branches, stuff like that, just keeping an eye on things. They don't do anything, they don't get in the way, but they just kind of keep an eye on things. Obviously, due to our, some of us with our long lifespans, we have to change some things. Like you vampires have to keep changing your name after a few hundred years.
Yeah, I kind of had to do that once I stopped looking like a 40-year-old.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so I mean, we're scattered throughout, and you've met Sebastian. I mean, and his powers actually, no offense to my wife here, but his powers make her seem weak. Each planet has its unique traits. Now, admitting each planet also has a certain set of rules. Like if you were to try and take say a phaser gun, he goes, Corporal, let me see your gun. Corporal walks over immediately, hands him the weapon, of course. It's King, he's not going to argue. See this? Phaser gun, kind of cool thing. I can't use this in a lot of planets. Hands back to Corporal. He taps to the side where you see the sword. This I can use everywhere.
Fair enough.
So we've had to learn to adapt. A lot of planets, won't allow certain things. Most of the DTs have gotten into the, apparently word is spread that the creators of the planets, make a rule where unless it was created on the planet, it can't be used. That has become a big thing everywhere now. So most of the planets we go to, if he pulls out a little thing, looks somewhat familiar to, and then when he turns it on, you understand exactly what it is. He turns on the lightsaber. You see it's silver in color. These don't work everywhere. I can't use this on Earth because of, well, more specifically because the parts in here don't come from Earth. I can make one on Earth, not exactly as powerful as this one. He turned it on. But obviously other worlds I can use it, so on and so forth.
I guess a little bit of that's.
So I mean, it's kind of neat because it makes you have to rethink things. Some places,
fresh.
yeah, some places, shit, they still got bows and arrows, and no actual metal. So I can't even, technically I can't use my sword. I have ways around that, but the only good news is most planets don't prohibit our innate abilities. As I told you, we're all strong in metaphysics. I can create water. Like I said, I can create elemental stuff like that. We have the mental capacity to be able to control a dragon, which, by the way, is not an easy feat.
I don't think it would be.
We have the mental powers to be able to, cover up the slack of what is being limited on whatever planet. So I mean, it's cool and shitty at sometimes because it's easier just to get things done other ways. But such is life. Husband, do you need me for anything else? I need to go see to the children. Oh yeah, please go ahead.
I guess I just wanted to quickly ask from you two, or you three,
Sure.
how do you?
Dante just said that.
She just looks to the side, like she kind of tilts her head towards the earth. How do you feel about us? I'd like to know.
Alex says, well, wife, I'll let you speak first. Everything I've read, now admittedly I haven't actually gotten a chance to wander around the planet for a while yet, because my husband here is way overprotective. Plus, I think he's worried that, because of certain quirks my race has. But from everything I understand, from what he's told me, and from what I read, we can see that your world has a lot of potential. It just seems like you keep limiting yourselves. Whether that's intentional, whether that's divinely influenced, is unclear. But it seems like you're limiting yourselves. That whole Dark Ages thing really fucked you guys.
Yeah.
If you didn't have that Dark Ages, to be quite honest, you probably would be at this point in time exploring other planets.
Yeah, that really set us back a little bit.
Oh, quite a bit. That and the fact that you guys let Edison win that contest rather than Tesla, who would have given you a shit ton more to work with.
Oh yeah, Tesla. Oh, I always get sad when I read that.
Yeah. Oh, I read that. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yep. And then my husband explained to me that on your planet, apparently governments run everything, and they don't like, if they can't charge you for something, they don't want, they don't want to give that
Yeah.
for free.
If
Yep.
only, God, some of Tesla's stuff is so. I don't know why we don't use half that stuff now.
Well, I mean, the good news is at least the books are open on that, so you guys
Yeah.
can start. But the catch is, I mean, most of this
Funding.
stuff, yeah, well, funding and the
And
fact,
she just does the money symbol like with her hand, like
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's more the fact that governments can't really make money off of a lot of that stuff, so they don't find it worthwhile, so they don't care. But yeah, so
Was it Alexander talking or was it his wife?
Alexander at that point.
Okay.
Raven looks at Buzzy. Well, I'll see you later, husband. I'm sure you're gonna have to get her back. Well, I could have Dante or one of the others get her back. Whichever. I'll see you when you get by. And, they give a hug and kiss, and she goes, "Nice meeting you, Harriet.
Nice meeting you, Raven.
Hopefully, I'll get to see you again." And she just, she slowly walks off. But after like a second, you lose her. Like you have no idea where she is. I hate it when she does that. Gotta show off. Look how fast I am. Love her to death, but sometimes it drives me nuts.
I guess that's her job, huh?
Oh, apparently. But yeah, I figured you might want to like a little tour. And now, mind you, this is the capital ship, so I mean, it's obviously the largest in the fleet.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
You guys, I don't know. I'm pretty speechless. I don't really know what to say about all this.
I mean, this is pretty much normal everyday stuff for us. I mean, as I said, we've been exploring the universe on tour. Thankfully, Flora sent her to an area we'd already explored and determined safe enough. Some of the other planets in this system can be iffy, but we'll keep an eye on those.
Are there people on Earth who know about Flora?
Yes. She tends to keep a low profile because it would contradict the whole Christianity thing,
And Islam.
Yeah, it would contradict a whole bunch of other things, so you can imagine the kind of shit that gets stirred up. But yes, there are people who believe in her. Her high priest currently hangs out. Actually, I think he has a place in DC.
I should check that out.
Oh, he's a cool dude. Chilled, relaxed. Funny as hell, actually.
Awesome.
Oh, he's a fucking jokester.
Well, Alexander, she looks around. You didn't have to do this, and I appreciate you giving me this tour.
Sure. Don't worry, I'm not going to send you back the way I brought you up here. We have a teleporter. I just wanted to do it the other way, just to give you a little taste.
Fair enough. Hey, new
what
experiences
I did, we
and all
call wormhole travel.
Wormhole travel. That makes a lot of sense. Why I felt
that's basically what I did. I relocated us from one place to another without actually having to physically move.
Right.
Our wormhole's a little different than what you guys understand wormhole travel to be.
Look, that's just what we understand wormhole travel. No one's really for sure on anything. There's so much we don't know. And clearly, we don't even know what we don't know.
Yeah, there are actual wormholes out in the universe that you can go through and end up in other places. But it does require you to actually move through the wormhole. And believe me, navigating some of them are a pain in the ass.
Can I ask something? If you know this about Flora, does she want us to leave?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I got this weird had this one weird dream one time, and it just made me think for a long time. I guess this idea that Earth's like the mother hen or the mother bird, and she's trying to get the chicks us off and out there. Want to leave
Yes and
since
no. It's not so much that she wants you to leave. It's just that she doesn't want to limit your capabilities. She figures that if you guys open your mind up to more of what's really out there, and at least make an effort to try and go out there and look, that she thinks you could be better than you guys are now.
Want me to give you a little insight on humanity?
You guys are a stubborn lot.
No, we're really scared.
Well, not to. To be quite fair, there's a reason to be scared.
Yeah. I guess we're just a little bit more sensitive to it.
Yeah, but that shouldn't prevent you guys, and that's
well, it shouldn't, but
it does. I know.
Yeah, and mainly, I would think when you read some of the stories that if are not true, I'm not saying that it's any excuse, but I don't think you'd blame certain individuals who've had traumatic shit happen to them. Be a little bit hesitant to do things.
Yeah.
I guess it's just there's so much that we fear the unknown a lot, especially that what happens after you die part. So that kind of what you tend to find that tends to motivate almost everything that we do on some intrinsic level. Getting over it, I think, but
you guys are slowly working at it. But I think this is another way of her giving you guys a hint that maybe you should move a little faster. Yeah. I don't know. I can't say exactly why she did it. The age-old philosophy, the deities work in mysterious ways is also more true. And for all we know, she could be doing it just to fuck with you guys. I mean, deities are the few I've met. They vary from person to person. Well, being to being, I should say. I can't really call them persons because some take insult to that. But the few I have met, their motivations, even if you know their titles, their motivations sometimes don't fit within the titles they have. So it's really weird sometimes. Like my best thing I could say is, even if she is pushing you, you guys got to go at your own pace. It's going to happen anyways. All you can really do is just do what you got. Deal with whatever comes up.
Fair enough. Maybe if I can find some proof or give some hints of proof that, maybe something happens after you die, maybe that can help speed up some things.
It's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even within, even within other races from other worlds, that ultimate question is still up in the air. Because like I said, DTs aren't big on giving out information. There are some talks of, like on most planets, I know that believe in multiple deities. I know that if you follow that certain deity, when you die, your soul goes to their realm in that area, and basically you'll live out your life with that deity. If you imagine it's paradise or whatever their version of their realm is. If you're in the chaos, if you believe in chaos, well then obviously you're gonna sit around in chaos and be all fucked up. Stuff like that. I do know that several worlds have that belief, and from what I've heard, that's actually what happens.
All right, and I guess this is my last question. Do you know any good gods that are associated with that black aura?
No.
No.
There are some that get close to the line, but they don't draw over, because if they get too close to the line, technically, then they and they don't fall in the good area anymore. They fall more in the neutral area, so they go under a different set of rules. Um, Pretty much, as you break it down, no matter what, throughout the universe, it pretty much breaks down into those three groups. Like I said, there are some things you can do that can cross those lines. As long as you don't keep doing them, then you won't dive into that realm fully. You know, if you keep doing good things for the wrong reasons, you know, eventually you're going to get too used to it, and it's going to, for lack of a better term, it's going to take over. So you're going to want to do it all the time. So you're going to want to kill anybody. You know, you're going to do whatever you want all the time to get away with it. So I mean, you know, that's where it comes in.
Heavy.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. But you know, I mean, like I said, there are a few that cross lines. I mean, even deities occasionally will, but you know, they have to walk the line more specifically than the mortals of any world. Mortals are given a lot more leeway. You know, those who aren't deities or you know demigods or in between. You know, those. But anybody who walks in prime material plane, which is what you would call Earth, anybody who walks that gets more leeway than the deities who control the planet, because they have a very specific set of rules apparently that is unknown to the rest of us.
There's always something.
But let me get you over to this pad here.
Yeah, that'd be. I think as much as I appreciate, I think I'm done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it can be a lot. You know, the
Yeah.
first time of doing this always kind of overwhelms everybody. That's kind of why I gave you the PDA, so you can study it at your own pace. I gave you some basic information, but now you can reread it. And, you know, no matter what, you know, you can read things and interpret it a different way than, the way it's written. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It's how you see it. So, I mean, what we have is the most unbiased opinion of everything we can possibly find. We try and get an unbiased source and have them write the information down.
Gotcha.
So that way, it doesn't make me look in a favorable light. You know, I've done some bad things. I'll fully admit I've been an asshole a few times. But I've tried to do a decent job. I mean, I have other races in my royal guard, which my dad hates with a passion. And I only do it more because it makes him mad. Because I'm a dick. But see, I'm doing something good for the right reason. But my other reason is to piss my dad off. So I walk fine lines. Just to save you time and energy, the DT I follow is IO on the middle side. So.
The middle side. And what was the white side's name again?
Corinne.
The white? Corinne.
Corinne. K-O-R.
Corinne.
R-I. K-O-R-R-I-N. It's 2 R's, 1 O, 1 I, 1 N, 1 K.
Holy crap.
All that's in the PDF. Yeah, she's on the light side. But yeah, so we'll get you back and then you can study at your own pace. I'll still be around. I'm going to be wandering Earth for a while. Because what Io has informed me through his weird ways is that we're to stay here until Flora has decided what she's going to do. Apparently, Io and Flora are different. Fuck, I don't know.
Who knows?
Weird things. I don't know. You'll learn much more later, but this is not for now. But basically, so we're going to hang out here.
Okay.
I'll probably have to make random trips back to my home world, but that takes no time at all. That's the good thing is once you learn of other planets, you can begin to what they call planet hop. Basically, just all you have to do is picture planet X wherever you want to go, and poof, you're there.
Handy.
As long as the DT's loud.
Just looks at the PDA and just processes all this.
Yeah, quite a bit to take in.
I'm gonna go to a club and get some drinks.
Yeah, probably a good idea. He walks you over. Just stand on the pad right there. They'll put you directly back where I picked you up from, so you'll be back at your observatory.
Okay, coolio. Well,
All right.
see you later, Alex.
See you around.
Thanks again.
Send her home, guys. I majesty. And you teleport. Basically just yep, you're back in your observatory. With a very confused ghoul looking at you. You weren't here a minute ago.
Yeah, I know.
But
She's holding this like really advanced PDA look in her hand.
she looks at you. I'm just not gonna ask. I'm just gonna go back to over here.
Let's just say it has to do with.
I kind of figured.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway. Yeah. So, do you need anything?
No, I'm good. Just reworking some things, trying to figure out where we can.
Also, it's good.
Just basically where we can make some room. What things will we be replacing that we can give away to other organizations or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I was actually about to mention that we should probably talk at least tomorrow, not tonight. Things are a little bit weird, but tomorrow night I wanted to discuss maybe we could send some of that money to some charitable organizations, do some good in the world,
Fair enough.
Maybe get our name out there a little bit. At least not now, because I want to lay low until things are kind of settled here.
Understood.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Alrighty. Double thumbs up.
Yep.
Everything's good. I'll talk to you later.
Yep. All right. And with that, thank you players for playing. Thank you watchers for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more, as more side sessions will probably happen.